Hey people, today we are talking 7/8 bodies and necks. So there are basically three products in the Warmoth 7/8 line. They are a 7/8 T style body, a 7/8 S style body, and then the 7/8 warhead neck. As the name implies, they're basically slightly scaled down versions of their full-size counterparts. The bodies have a slightly smaller perimeter, and then the neck uses, rather than using the 25.5-inch scale, it uses the slightly shorter 24.75-inch scale. But enough math, there's actually a much better backstory to these parts. If you'll travel back in time with me to the late 80s and early 90s, there was a guitar company in California called Valley Arts Guitars that made some really high-end guitars for a lot of high-end players like Steve Lukather and Brent Mason and Larry Carlton, and I think a couple of those guys might even have had a signature model Valley Arts guitar. Valley Arts was eventually sold to Samick and then later to Gibson. But that late 80s, early 90s period is really considered kind of their heyday. And if you've ever had the good fortune to play a guitar from that era, then you know exactly how good Warmoth's 7/8 parts are, because during that golden age, Warmoth was supplying these parts to Valley Arts to build a lot of their guitars. And the 7/8 parts that we use today are exactly the same parts, like exactly. The only difference is, of course, we use our warhead headstock shape. So this is a 7/8 warhead neck that's not attached to anything, obviously, and I want to compare it to a couple other necks. The first one is this old thing that we've had kicking around in the Warmoth shop for probably 30 years, and it is another 7/8 neck from back in the day when we were making parts for Valley Arts, as you can tell by the headstock shape. But if you put these side by side, you can see that they are essentially the same neck. The only difference, again, is the headstock shape, and then, of course, we brand all our necks with the Warmoth turtle, but back in the day we were branding them with the Valley Arts logo. The other neck that I want to compare it to is a standard warhead neck, and this is a 25.5-inch scale neck, and it's got 22 frets, you can see, obviously. The 7/8 is 24.75 scale, and it's got 24 frets. But the interesting thing is, if you compare them back to back, you can see that they pretty much use the exact same neck blank. And the reason for that is back in the day when Ken Warmoth was developing this neck, basically he took a standard neck blank and laid out a Gibson scale on it. So it's a normal 25.5-inch neck blank with a 24.75 scale fretboard. And because those fret spacings are narrower, it ended up with 23 frets, and that's how we started making them. And they're pretty rare. If you watch on Craigslist or something, you'll see one come up for air every now and then. But it didn't take us long to figure out the 24th overhanging fret, and that's how we've made them ever since. All right, so the body in front here is a 7/8 T style. The body in back is a normal telly replacement body, and you can see that that 7/8 T style is just a little bit smaller. And then likewise, the body in front here is a 7/8 S style, and the body in back is a normal Strat replacement body. And it's just a little bit smaller. Let me see if I can hold them side by side here. So here is this assembled 7/8 guitar that I've been playing all these clips with. And another cool thing about these 7/8 parts is that they use all standard hardware and stuff. So the pickups, the bridge, the electronics, the tuners, all standard size. So you can use, you know, whatever your favorite pickups are or whatever, you can use them. This one has a set of Seymour Duncan Hot Rail Tele pickups. It's got a Godo Tele bridge. Also has a Irvana compensated nut, which is a cool bit of tech that we sell. And this guitar stays in really good tune the whole length of the neck. It's just a nicely balanced guitar. It plays really well. I really like the size of this 7/8 stuff. So the other thing about these 7/8 bodies is that you can get them with Warmoth's full range of woods and finished colors. You can get them with fancy, fancy maple tops or whatever. This one, this 7/8 S style, is swamp ash in a black, brown, yellow burst. And then I also have here 7/8 T style in surf green. And that is our 7/8 line of products. If you have any questions, make sure and check out our website or give our customer service reps a call. And until next time, keep on picking.